an arena game, and we are picking into the second seat with halflings in the first seat. Two Earth Cult rewards, but two ship tiles. That makes me lean away from dwarves, even though otherwise I love them. Um, Engineers also kind of like a track like this. Round two towns, we think of swarmlings, but they don't get a spade in round one. They would take a single spade. Makes it hard for them to complete that town without hitting the double. So I think gray, green, those are all fun colors. Maybe this is not a terrible game for Chaos Magicians. It's not a great game for Chaos Magicians for sure, but if they can get this hex, like, who knows? We'll see. Okay, we've got sandwich nomads, so this game is actually going to really suck. God, why do I even play these? What can nomads do here? I mean, nomads aren't as fucked as chaos are. Even in the sandwich, I think that nomads' odds are probably a little better than chaos's because they are capable of doing like shipping shenanigans. And they start with 3 dwellings, which is pretty critical. So like Chaoser is going to be stuck on d4 or g2, whereas Nomads are, I would almost always start e8 in this matchup just to take away this easy town. It provides good shipping opportunities to b4. Could get there in round 1. If you dig temp ship, right? I love auren. I think I like auren here for sure. That said, I mean, like, the Chaos can dig e7 with the first action, so that would be pretty annoying for auren. Halflings probably just take one of these power tiles and double dig. Auren will start with spade. They'll start f4 and either c3 or e9. I'm not entirely sure which one it'll be. But yeah, Chaos do need to decide if they want this hex or not. It's not obvious whether they will want it or not. I bet on them pretty quickly. I don't think that they're necessarily better than halflings. I think halflings are probably better because they have double spade, and they probably won't get this, but they will be able to send a priest to Earth, especially after taking Earth 1 or Earth 2. Thompson bidding on nomads is bizarre. I'm certainly never going there. But I do think that they are better than Chaos, to be fair. But yeah, halflings, like, the big question is, are Auren starting on e9? If Auren are starting on e9, then it's fucking showtime. If they're not, then it becomes a lot trickier for halflings because halflings could start double east with auren here. But if auren are not there, then they seem more likely to need to start in the center for all that leech and that neighbor. And you probably take e5, but then you are at the mercy of a random nomad stronghold. I don't think that the nomad stronghold is good, even in this matchup, but even in this color wheel, I'm not sure that nomad stronghold is good. However, if it comes out, then you're probably losing this town in the center for halflings. This is way too much to bid for auren without bidding down halflings more, but who cares? We're not trying to bid slow, right? We're not trying to play slow. I imagine that we're going to see a lot of action on halflings. We are seeing action on halflings. Honestly, I kind of want to play halflings, so wouldn't hate it if that happened. Favor tile wise, I think Earth 2, probably, right? We just take Earth 2, send a priest to Earth, and then try to get out as many dwellings as we can. I do think it's not entirely insane, by the way, to, as auren, consider like a single spade, hard dig build. If chaos don't just take e7 with their first action, and they very, very well might do that. Yeah, all I know is that I do not want to play Chaos Magicians in this matchup. Like the thing with Chaos Magicians is it's so swingy, right? If nomads for some reason don't play e8, and you don't know if they will, then this d4 becomes so strong because you can guarantee yourself this spade, almost certainly guarantee yourself this spade, as long as halflings don't single dig for some reason. Which I mean, like they can, they are allowed to single dig instead of spading, but as long as that doesn't happen, like. Then you do get this stretch, and then you get 1, 2, 3. You get 3 more hexes, 4. Like that might be enough for you. Like that said, it is a game that rewards a good economy. So I don't know really what I'm talking about. Like 6 hexes. I guess you take like all the scoring favors and stuff, but is it that good? Who knows? Yeah, it's not clear if auren will start c3 or not. I think that now that I look at it, there's not a ton of point in starting c3 unless you just want to go with the shipping opening. The only reason, like, I think that you can reach c3 in round 1, right? Unless you go, I guess, single spade and then bonus spade. If you think that you can get single spade, bonus spade, then starting c3 is good because then you can build these 2 dwellings and make a temple. However, I think it's probably more likely that you would get like. I think it's pretty likely that with the spade round 1 event, either chaos just digs this hex, which why wouldn't they? Or like nomads, nomads might single dig g2 or something. By the way, I think there's a fun chaos line if you get like temp ship or something. I think that the chaos temp ship line is pretty fun. I'm just going to flip between these 2 guys. Yeah, as predicted, nomads are getting action before chaos. Which really makes sense. Nomads are a strong faction. I think that they will start with temp ship. Now that I look at it, they're pretty likely to start with temp ship and just get on probably these 2 hexes as the game gets started. And then I think that you fight for like a priest action and a coins action as nomads, getting on these 2 guys. And then, yeah, you see what happens from there. And I do think this game has a lot of potential to suck, so I'm just going to play really fast. We might see me making some like pretty dumb mistakes. This might be enough on auren. Just kidding. I don't think it's actually enough on auren, but I'll just keep it jumping between auren and halflings. I think I would need like another similar points deficit for nomads to become appealing. Um, halflings are just like a very strong inherent faction, and they're going to get good cult rewards off the first 2 rounds. So I feel pretty good about bidding on halflings. Um, nomads, despite the color sandwich, seem to have a decent shot at winning network. Also, I'm thinking that probably the chaos game that I would like to play maybe involves single digging G1, but that assumes that you get temp ship, and you probably don't, right? You probably don't get temp ship, and you just get worker power. And then worker power means that you just temple for Earth 1, Earth 2, and then yeah, you don't really get this E3 hex, right? You don't get this E3 hex if nomads are taking the temp ship tile, and a good nomads player is probably taking that temp ship tile. So then it probably is D4, and you just single dig this guy, which is not super appealing, but yeah, I think like no matter what, nomads are going to get onto E8 because nomads can always ship here. They probably, if I were nomads, I might just start on G4. There's like very little chance that this hex gets taken, and then just go to town from there. The line that would have me come up through here would probably be like single dig, hard dig, dwelling. That would be 6 workers, and you get all of these. G2 has like 0 upside if you don't get temp shipping, right? It like literally is only remotely good if you get temp ship. Like you temp ship, like basically all of Chaos's best lines, in my opinion, involve temp ship, and they're not going to get it. So they might just take this thing here. I'm interested in nomads, but not at this price. Other people have bid them down too much. I don't think I'm going to find any really particularly good value here. The only line for value is if Chaos, for some weird reason, managed to get temp ship, which I don't think that they should. So then you could still single spade E7, right, and like hope that auren don't like ship their way to C2 and kill you. G2 relies on auren not killing you here. That's a little more reasonable, but you don't know for sure. Alright, so we need to decide if we're playing on c3 or if we're playing on e9. This hex requires so much shipping to get like the second town going. I think I'd just start on e9. I don't think I'm getting handed the single spade anyway. If I get offered single spade, then I might regret things, but I think that my plan is just maybe like, okay, nomads do start on e8, so this makes me feel a little more likely to get this town. If I don't get the town, whatever. And this way I can work on 2 towns, just from where I am, which is nice. I think that's essentially what I wanted. Nomads have started on these 3 hexes, so G2 is very appealing to me as chaos, because first off, I probably won't fight for I6 that hard, but even if they don't get round 1 G1, they will get it in round 2 or something, if they so choose. Because, and yeah, if they so choose, they will get G2, G1, and E3 as like a expansion path without too much shipping. But they do start D4, which is unfortunately really fucking shitty for me. So yeah, this worked out really poorly for me. There was I think that there was a very reasonable chance that they started G2 there. Well, whatever. This is like fine as well. Nomads take worker power. So now, if I were chaos, I would be pretty sad about. I would be pretty sad about temp ship now. All right, so I need to put my money where my mouth is and consider whether or not. I kind of think that I'm getting E7. We'll see if I really am, but if I don't get E7, what's the plan? Okay, so I thought that halflings would double dig. Instead, they're going to give nomads the double dig. The fuck is going on here? I guess nomads don't really want double dig. Like, where's their second spade even going? But they could just lose E5. This is insanity. Like, if chaos spades E7, then halflings have just lost double dig. Okay, chaos just decides to open with a sanctuary. So, halflings, very fortunate break for nomads there, in my opinion. All right. We kind of need to figure out, if I build 3 dwellings, then I'll have 6 worker income. If I build 2 dwellings and a temple, then I could lose C3. I don't know how important C3 is. But it's a spade round, and this hex is fucking great for me. So I think that I want that. I guess I just decided that I was hard digging instead of or I was single digging instead of hard digging, right? My question was whether I was hard digging or single digging, but I guess I kind of answered that myself. Now halflings do need to double dig. Oh, they're in an awkward spot because nomads are here, but nomads don't want to hard dig. I think you just float one of these hexes, right? Or they might just fuck with me and turn this guy to like red. That would really suck. Okay. They 50-50 risk it, I probably, it's hard to say which one's more important to secure. They take this one, which gives you an extra dwelling. However, this one is much higher value for nomads. If I were nomads, I would be considering this. Um, so Chaos has 1, 2, 3, 4. They're opening Sanctuary, so they have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 3 actions to build the Sanctuary plus 4 to build this. I'm thinking that I can probably beat Chaos, and Chaos won't have enough to double dig this. I don't know if they'll have the leech do that. I guess they're going to get a ton of leech from me, depending on when they pass. So where do I want to give leech right now? I think that this is a good spot for leech. I want to avoid giving too much leech to Chaos because, again, I don't really want them double digging C3, and I think that there's a decent chance that I'm going to C3. Yeah, see, so nomads take the priest, and like they're gonna send it to Earth, which is fine, but it just feels so underwhelming to me. Like they could have hard dug this and then still gotten the priest, or like actually this is definitely better to upgrade down here because I also avoid giving nomads just free random leech for no good reason. I do wonder if nomads are going temple or what here. Okay, this is some very well leech. Chaos probably going to take a cult step. And then Sanctuary Fire Wand. Oh, there it is. It's early. It's like Christmas. It's lovely. We're going to just temple Earth 2 here. And then hopefully Chaos or Nomads at some point give me this leech. And then I can do 3 power to Overgrowth and build C3. I think that that's my ideal. Yeah, I don't like what Nomads have done here particularly. And yeah, Chaos are in position to pass for the double spade, so I am going to be a little cautious of them. But I don't think I have to be that cautious. We're definitely building C3 this round, so we're not going to worry too much about that. It is the Stronghold, which is very unfortunate for us. The fortunate thing is that right now they're not on our hexes. However, if they get onto temp ship or something, they will be on our hexes soon. And they also will be on I6, which is really fucking annoying. I mean, like, the Nomad Stronghold is certainly, like, an understandable move. I'm not taking this. I'm just gonna temple for Earth 2. Yeah. Well, let's start here. Nomads are going to Sandstorm here. I think it's their only particularly viable option. They could also come to H6, I guess. If they go to H6, then halflings have to build H7 first, and then I don't really know why that would be good for anyone. Halflings probably just double spade G6 next round, which is a bummer. This means that this is like a hard town to make, and my other town is probably up through here. Halflings take coins, seems quite reasonable. they have the opportunity to pass on to temp ship and get double spade. However, now they've handed double spade to Chaos. Chaos doesn't particularly have two hexes to spade, but they do have C2, so that's one dig that's spoken for. They do use the cult bump, and this has me quite tempted to pass. So if I pass onto temp ship, and then I claim the double spade, I can do that, right? All right, let's think things through here. If I pass onto this and then I take double spade here and here, then I can get on like all the hexes. I can make 2 more TPs for this town. It's probably a little goofy to try to make that many TPs, right? Should I just be templing for Earth 2 here? Getting my priest production is good. And then I'll have 6 workers next round. I'll be a little short on coins, but I'm going to get onto Chaos's pass tile. Yeah, getting onto Chaos's pass tile seems to make it worth it, right? The problem is that Chaos takes away C2. I don't know how much I care about C2, but it is like a pathway to a lot of my hexes. If I get cut off of I6, which it seems like I could, as well as C2, then I could be in quite a bit of trouble in terms of like getting on like a lot more hexes this game, especially with halflings threatening G6. But I don't, you know what? I'm glad I talked through all that, but in the end, I don't really care. I just want to play for Earth 2. Earth 2 is cool. Halflings pass. I would take the temp ship, but it's not obvious what halflings want to do. They did 3 power to a worker as well. I guess they got the coins actions. That makes a fair amount of sense. Okay, so now Chaos gets the opportunity to pass. They probably just take the temp ship because they don't really need coins right now. What they really need is shipping. In that case, it's not clear if I should take this or this. What are my dreams next round? I don't know if nomads know that you can't do that, but whatever. I think the answer is 3 steps, or like 1 cult step is okay, but there's no like Earth coins reward that I'm gonna get, and at most it's like a worker, and I guess it could be like pretty good later, but I think that here more coins is better for me, so I'm just gonna take the more coins. If I had to guess, Chaos is just going to advance ship here. All right, so I'm probably getting 2 key town. Nomads can't sandblast with their first action. Again, I don't know if they know that. So my first action is going to be to drop the priest onto the fire cult. I'm guaranteed to get this 2 key town, so I'm fine there. And Chaos probably want to grab the workers and the single dig, and I think that they might be able to get both. Because if they do that, then they can get onto D7, which is something that would annoy me, because with G6 gone, I think that like these 4 hexes are probably my best bet or something. This worked out nicely for nomads. Yeah, halflings are going to probably go hard on over here. So Chaos indeed just advances ship with their first action. It's a good move. They can also come west over here. They will get neighbors and leech over here, so that's a pretty good move for them. And this is also good news for me because I don't have to fight too hard over C2. Well, I still do need to fight over c2, right? Chaos probably just double spades c2 d3, which is a pretty good move. I could take the coins here. I could also just wait until next turn to take the coins. Chaos is probably not taking coins right now. But I guess if I make the TP, then they probably just will take coins. So it's a little tricky what to do. Okay, so their plan is to maybe double spade these two hexes? Or c2 and b4, I don't know. Not sure. Oh. Alright, so nomads are advancing their shipping. It's not exactly shocking. I guess I can take. What if I build the stronghold here? I was gonna build a TP, right? But what if I just build the stronghold? That's probably kind of bad, right? Because then I run out of. The stronghold is supposed to come here, and I also don't get to make my temple the next round, so it's probably just this then. Down convert once. The down conversion is because I could get a 2-for-1 here, and I could get a free leech here, but my next action is going to be to secure the coins. Nomads have 1, 2, 3 actions left. Hopefully halflings don't give leech to nomads, but I guess they could. That would kind of suck for us. I mean, ideally we just get the leech next round, right? So. What do I want to do here? Do I want to pass out of this round? Okay. I see. Halflings want this leech, so they can get this, or this. But what I can do is I can just turn this guy to gray. If I do that, then I just get this town, right? I also could just be a little more peaceful and get this town. I kind of want to take the TP scoring tile, or I kind of want to build another TP. It feels like it can't be that good though to actually do that. But if I did that, then like spades become more interesting to me than coins. But if I do this, halflings definitely benefit. So I'm gonna. I think we're probably gonna just call the round then. We'll just take this. I'm so disappointed in this Nomads game. They're gonna make a lot of points this round, and I could look like a fool, but I'm quite disappointed. As for myself, right now, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do exactly. I think that next round is probably supposed to be a ship advance round. The spade confuses things a little bit, I will admit. Um, ooh, halflings passed. So what are they doing? Are they taking a double spade? Are they taking a single spade? Um, this is quite good. Uh, I guess chaos just got that. Okay. So chaos are beating me to this hex unless I transform it with a cult spade. Um, there's like not too much else for me to transform with a cult spade, so it's not clear what I should be doing. They also pass up the spade, which I did not expect. So I think that temp ship is quite good for me here. I'm not on. So spade is obviously good, right? But I'm kind of seeing things like, yeah, C2 is going to get taken. Um, I think I want to put priest to cult. I want to take earth one. Um, and then I just want to build some hexes, right? But I mean, I can do that with a ship advance, but is it really going to go down that way? I think I'd rather send my priest to the fire cult, for being honest. Because this round is still a priest scoring round, so I think I would rather send my priest to the fire cult this round, and I'll just hold on to the spade for now. Um, I'll probably transform f6, and then I'll just try to cut across here later if I can. And if I can't, then it's not the end of the world. This town here is no longer threatened by nomads. Hopefully Chaos doesn't see fit to triple dig me. I think that they have their own town space to worry about now over here, so in the west. Yeah, just getting on hexes here seems really good. I'm gonna get onto like f6, c4, g3. Did halflings take? They took earth 2 in round 1, so okay, they're gonna transform this. That makes sense. Or will they transform this? Who knows? I think that they'll transform this. Yeah, they do. Okay. I think that transforming this is kind of hostile, but it kind of makes sense too. This just prevents chaos from getting here. And if chaos doesn't get here, if chaos doesn't take this hex, then I might just get this town. It would require 3 spades. This is a 3 spade town, and this is a 3 spade town. Can I get 6 spades across the rest of the game? I lean toward no, which is why I'm just going to transform this. I think I can get the 3 spades for this town, but oh yeah, boy, that's pretty bad for us. And nomads are on 2 shipping. They took the ship town and transformed this as well. It's awkward. It's kind of a mess, kind of a fighting type of game. I think we do want Earth 1 quite a bit here. I don't know if we're going to get Water 1. We would also really like Water 1, but we're not going to worry too hard about that. All right. Halflings might. If I'm halflings, I'm probably taking coins here. So then I might just get the. Wow, nomads didn't take coins. They really wanted this hex, and now they're gonna take D3. Okay. And that sort of conflict probably benefits me. Halflings do take double spade. They did have a hex they wanted to secure. That makes plenty of sense. Hopefully they won't care too much about E10. I would really like this. We'll see. Wow, no one took the spade. That's kind of a funny sight. I could temple for I could temple for water 1 here. That actually seems kind of hilarious to me, to temple for water 1. Would I even have enough workers to make the sanctuary next round, or the stronghold next round? Probably not. Well, if I'm doing this, I might as well just send my priest to a cult first, right? Yeah, who cares? The correct hex to build is actually really F6, right? This was the correct hex to be building there. Here's water 1 from nomads. Yeah, if I temple there, I probably just don't have enough stuff to achieve what I want. I think that we're probably supposed to take the workers and build a TP early. That puts us in better position to get water 1. Yeah, I was supposed to build this dwelling so I could get this leech. Instead, halflings are going to get this leech. So do I want this priest to water, or do I want to just... It's not clear to me right now. I'll take the leech. Or I'll just take the priest, right? It's probably better. And we should be able to buy workers here. Chaos isn't going to get any leech. Halflings are not building a big building this round. They have a decent chance of making a town. I think that they probably go priest to earth, and use that leech to go TP dwelling. Yep. So nomads are starting to get on hexes. They'll probably win network. Stronghold nomads, especially with chaos, like only taking away 1 yellow. Yep. No surprises there. Halflings probably take... They don't need a priest town anymore, but priest town is pretty good in terms of coins. They probably just take a 1 key town. It's my prediction, but who knows. Alright, so we should figure out what we want here. And I think what I want is this hex. So I think that I was talking about taking workers action and putting a TP here so that I'm prepared to stronghold. And I think that I'm still down with that idea. Still pretty down with that idea. What I'm not down with is getting cut off of, as I predicted, all of the western greens. Because nomads did their stronghold bullshit here, like I have no access to western greens at all. And I'm also seeing that halflings could very well be taking a ship town here. Do I have Earth 1 right now? I guess I do have Earth 1, which is pretty nice. I should also probably just take this priest, right? There's no downside to taking this priest. I can send it to the fire cult. It'll immediately pay me back rewards, so I should just be taking workers and the priest. think if we get water 1 block, then we probably just sink stronghold fire 1. It gets us a worker, given that we didn't get on here. Man, no one wants the spade. I mean, I want the spade. I'll take the spade gladly. Here's probably the ship town. Yep. This gives you passing points, so I do approve of that. There's water 1, air 1 for chaos. I just am not making enough points this game, which is kind of predictable. It's one of the obvious issues with playing auren here. I don't know what I'm doing. I think that's okay. Alright, so halflings are opening with the sanctuary as well. Should I try to close this cult on halflings? It's probably not worth it, right? Getting handed the spade next round, that's nice. I need to figure out if I want it. Chaos needed to redo their conversions. Oh no, they want the spade. Okay. I think that's what I wanted. I think I want this priest. No, once again. No, well, I kind of want that priest, right? Because this does let me, like, seems crazy, but I could Earth 3 as well. Earth 3 is not the worst possible alternative. Well, no, Earth 3 is pretty bad. No. I should not really be considering Earth 3. I would take this leech. 6 points is a lot, but you also just have so much potential here. I guess it's not really worth it because you don't connect. And finding another town is... Well, finding another town is... Yeah, it's kind of hard because Chaos wants B2. So yeah, they do decline, which makes sense. That means that this town is definitely not happening. Halflings are just going to be all up in this shit. I think it's this. I think it's this because this has a lot of like getting a single spade would be quite nice for me, um, or a double spade rather, to secure b5. And I think that happens if halflings build the sanctuary here, which they're going to. Yeah, there's nothing for me out here at the west. Like this c2 is my and e4 are my only gateways into the west. Um, there's I5 to g1. That'll be 3 digs, and I get 1 natural green, but that's just not happening. So I only really have this 1 more natural green. I don't think I'm even getting it onto I11. Um, Chaos has this spade, so they could do some weird shit on a10, I guess. That would make me very sad. The path of least resistance is just to like secure these hexes. Like nomads have a ton of economy and can just come after b2. But like the greedy play, I guess, would be to just ignore that and press harder, like for a10. Okay, makes me feel better. I can take the double spade here. Build this. All right, that makes us feel a little better. I guess looking at it, after spending all my power on that, it does seem a little hard for us to get coins for shipping. I don't think it's terrible, and honestly, I'm considering taking Fire One because we'll have very few coins coming into next round once we stronghold. Come on, Clifford, I believe in you. Let's have our decision. Air one's like not too bad. It's probably like 2 points, 2 points, 4 points. That's 8 points. 6 coins might be worth more than 8 points to me right now. It might not be. Like with the paucity of hexes that I'm going to get on, might not be worth more points. Yeah, I have no real need to get to 3 ship here. I should probably just take like these 2 hexes. This hex. Like, digging is probably going to be more important of a way of scoring for me than otherwise. Halflings got to 2 ship. Okay. So they might hard dig here. Um, and then they'll blow all their workers to try to connect next round. That's probably the right move. Honestly, like, given how few hexes I've already stated that I'm going to get onto for the rest of the game, I think halflings hard digging here, and then early passing, and then basically like I can't really take this hex because I don't have like the power to spade it. Seems pretty reasonable. Can I get the power to spade it? What if I go fire 1, bump here, put priest here, and then single spade h4? Then I only advance my shipping once, but I kill the halfling's connection. Is that actually good for me? If halflings are distracted with getting these hexes, then I have more of a chance at making a town through there, but which favors do I already have? You're late to the stream. I have Earth 2 and Earth 1. The first 2 rounds were a spade round and a town round, and we got this early 2-key town. Auren were bid all the way down to 17 points, and then we got water 1 block, so we took fire 1 for these cult rewards. So I think that should catch you up to where we are now. Thanks. Yeah, no problem. Halflings advance. They're digging. Oh no, they what did they do? Oh, they made a TP. Okay. I think that they're keeping their options open in terms of connecting, which is probably good. Like if they get out to temp ship and then build H3 or something, right? Like that's pretty fun. What did I do there? I called bumped fire. Yeah, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Yeah, at this point, advancing ship beyond 2 does me like nothing, right? So I'm much less inclined to go down that line. The hexes I really want now are C3 and C5 and H4, and A11. That would get us onto 4, that's 8, 10, 12 hexes. And then maybe 13. It's not a lot of hexes. Alright, halflings. Send priest to fire. Seems reasonable. We can't just lock out our fire cult now. I kind of like just locking out our fire cult. It's 3 fewer points, but as we just said, I don't really need any more. I don't really have any more need for what's it called, right? Oh wait, the single spade went, which makes this a lot less appealing. Part of what made the single spade fun, or part of what made this priest to fire fun, was the possibility of single spading h4, but that possibility actually went away. halflings. Okay, but halflings are nowhere near this guy, so I'm going to cut off their connection when it comes time. So we don't need to worry about that, which is good. What's going to happen here passing wise? I think that what's going to happen is I'm considering buying, like, so the crazy thing that I'm considering doing is I'm considering advancing my shipping, buying the priest, advancing my shipping again, and getting myself all the way down to like 0 resources except for a worker. But I like desperately need points, right? So then I'll have 5. I could still take workers and get it done with the hard dig on this. Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. I don't need that hex that bad because I needed that hex if halflings were like threatening it, right? But halflings don't threaten it. Chaos, I think, is probably catching on, and they're going to buy the priest to prevent me from doing that. They really don't want me to outlast them, I think. So, yeah, I probably have to say goodbye to that idea. But I really want to buy the priest. Okay. Cool. I'm going to get the priest. Yeah. I need to badly make points, and this is how I'm going to do it. You think that the extra ship upgrade is good? Yeah, I think it's good too. Besides, I get points for building dwellings next round, so that's clearly the round to do it. If I get onto the 7 coins, then I think that there might be some vague attempt at advancing digs and getting E10, but I don't think that that's super likely. I think halflings are likely to beat me up there. Yeah, this round is really about just getting points. And the rest of the game is just going to be about getting points, right? So it's kind of an obvious thing to say in Terra Mystica, but I think I could have a fast round next round. Like, I could start by moving my. I could go up the Earth track with my auren action, right? Harass halflings that way, and then my next action I could just close this cult, especially if I get onto the spade, right? Or the cult, like, or yeah, if I got onto the spade, then I don't even need to use the spade, right? I can totally spare a priest to close that cult next round if I want. The only bad thing is that I am going to not be able to double dig anymore, and I'm probably going to overflow my power here. So those are both sad things about my position right now. But I really needed to get some. I really needed to get some points going, or some points going rather. Yeah, as we said, we only really want 3 more hexes for the whole rest of the game. 1, 2, 3. This hex is just good to like block off halflings, right? So I think that this round is probably something like we're not going to be able to pass very fast. Like I'm looking at it, it just really doesn't seem like we're going to be able to pass that fast, which is okay, I think. Ooh, what if I take temp ship? Temp ship kind of annoys nomads because they really need this hex, right? But this would get me a natural green. Nomads are 3rd, so they're just going to sandblast this right away. So it doesn't really stop them from doing anything they want. I could like come over here, but like that's so much work. It's 3 digs and it gets me only 3 hexes. I might as well just save the 3 digs for here, right? It doesn't give me a 3rd town or anything useful. I'm just going to take the spade. Spade, yeah. The priests are still useful for other reasons. This was happening first action. Anyway, I'm very glad I didn't take temp ship. Let's grab C5 first. Wait, actually no. Chaos tech workers. Okay, so they're going to try to carve this town and this town, and they're going to try to make this a bridge town. So that's all cool. They might also want to make this a bridge town, which would also be cool. It would require them to get both remaining bridges. I think that they could do that. So it's not a bad strategy. I don't think that they're hard digging this though, so that might be a later priority. Why do I want that hex again? Why do I want this hex again? I've been talking about it, but suddenly it doesn't really make sense. I was thinking that it might prevent chaos from getting another town, but if they're dig advancing, then they're going to get this anyway. The real benefit is that it's literally just a hex, and I do need hexes. Halflings should probably just advance their digging, but they can also just build H3 first. B2. Oh, B2 kills Chaos's dreams at 3 towns, so B2 is probably the play. They just begin by advancing digging. That's all fine. I guess they probably want to build their town through here. Like, they probably most want to build their town, like build a 3rd town. But B2 is the start of a 3rd town. B2 is clearly the start of a 3rd town, right? So I still feel like that's pretty good. But we'll see how they feel. Let's take the 8-pointer next, and then we'll use our auren action after that. Nomads take a single spade instead of a double spade. That seems quite underwhelming. Next round, I guess they're going to plan a double spade E1. This is pretty good for nomads because it makes it kind of hard for halflings to. They do wind up double spading. They take away this hex, which makes plenty of sense. Yeah, they're going to win network by like a lot. Yeah, let's put some pressure on halflings. Now they need Earth 3 in order to win the Earth Cult. And if they just hand the Earth Cult to me, I'm okay with that as well, obviously. Halflings simply advance their digs again. Chaos advance their digs again. I really hope that halflings do build this hex. That is where they should be building. We're going to do this. Nomads are going to pass onto this. I guess if nomads pass onto this, they just win the game, but throwing away this is a mistake. And just locking up H4, like not securing H4 would also be a mistake, I think. Yep, there it is. Okay, so Chaos is not getting 3 towns. They can still get 2 quite easily. They just need this hex. Yep, there it is. Do they have all their dwellings out? They probably want to build like 1 more dwelling still. Yeah, I'm just gonna take H5. In the end, I'm gonna need a hex or so. Yeah, and that goes away. So this makes this extra easy of a decision. I don't know if those two players are going to get into a stall war, but they both have advanced digs, so I'm not really interested in sticking around to find out. Especially because chaos sits right after halflings, so and chaos is much more likely to win a stall battle, I think. Um, yeah, chaos is more likely to win the stall battle anyway. So can chaos close this cult on me? They probably could close this water cult. Um, I'm. Is it crazy? Is it crazy for me to be looking at trying to make another town? What if I take this like? What if I send priest to air, right? Another town in the south? No, I'm thinking in the center. This has better adjacency. Um, it would involve basically just double hard digging E10 right now. I double hard dig E10 right now, and I put like a TP here. I do 2 priests, and then I'm ready to hard dig E11 next round. It's a little crazy, but I mean, like, I will have 3 hexes, right? Like this, if I get this guy, it means I have 3 hexes. I don't know. I think it's worth a shot. Like I don't have too much else going on in my game right now, so I can like temple for air 1 or something, then sanctuary, fire 2. Would halflings tap E11? They might, but then I could just go for a 3 hex town, right? That's not so bad, is it? Like, is it basically like I'm thinking? Is it worse than like just not doing anything at all? Um, what's my game plan if I just hold if I just sit pretty here, right? Like, I guess I can hard dig this, right? Right now I can hard dig this, um, but then like I have nothing. Whereas if I do this, I have some sort of game plan. The game plan is I go for another town. Like the do nothing game plan might be better than I give it credit for. Do nothing can be kind of powerful sometimes because do nothing uh, allows you to, what am I trying to say? Like you can make points by just advancing digs, right? But I don't have water 1, so I can't make a lot of points with TPs. I need to do something, and this is my pathetic idea of something. Halflings are locking up some hexes 1 by 1. They are just going to go for their 3rd town here. I think I'm reading them correctly that they want to spend their workers carving their own town. And they are also not playing the stall game with chaos, which is kind of interesting to me. But they probably just recognize that it doesn't really make sense to. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. And we'll offer halflings some leech. Chaos is playing the stall game, so that is not too shocking. Chaos might be the ones to take away this hex. I wouldn't be too shocked if that happened. But if they do that, then I will take c5, so that's probably not too great for them either. Well, then they just bridge town, right? That's pretty efficient for them. So maybe I lose this hex, but if I lose the hex, I lose the hex. Feels like a single dig type of game. Yeah, I was thinking that Chaos would want to bridge, but now that I look at it, they probably just take this hex, right? And then I have to go for the Sanctuary. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 workers. I can do 10 workers. I can do Priest to... This cult step has to be better than the coins. Than the 1 coin, rather. Alright, I'm going to get down to 2 structures, probably. Or I'm going to get down to, like... Well, I might just stay at 4 structures as well. We'll see how much Chaos gets down. They still have a fair number of hexes that they can get on, and they have town, which will help boost their economy, so... who knows how that'll go down. Wow, halflings are going to pass for 6 here, and then they're going to get another town. They have water 1. And at least their endgame doesn't look that great, but I do think that halflings probably have this beat by quite a bit here. But hey, we're going to get another town. We're going to get like 6 points from building these. We are going to get the water 1, or like the air 1 points. So we have something. I would take workers here, bridge to B6, and then, oh, okay, actually this is better, right? C5 and then bridge here, and then just lock up this bridge, yeah. I think Chaos might beat us too, especially like they have this pass tile coming, they have another town coming. We just don't have enough points, which is fairly unsurprising given that we took like a 2-point town, and we didn't really get on many pass tiles this game. I think this is the way. I don't really particularly want to build this big building, so this has got to be the way. And now my game is like Temple Air 1, TP, Temple Fire 2, take a coin town. I don't know. It's mainly just looking for ways to make points now. Chaos can build 3 TPs here at least. Maybe 4 TPs this round. TP, TP, Temple, Temple, TP, TP. It's a lot of coins, but they're gonna get power from like closing these cults, from going up these cults. Like, we'll see. What just happened? Chaos took the town. Okay, so I need to cult bump water, which is, I mean, that's not. I'm not sad about having to do that. Nomads, Temple for Fire 2, that makes sense. They're going for 2 more towns as well. We might need Fire 2 to make these towns. Chaos shouldn't need Fire 2, but they might just take it for the heck of it. The bump on water. It's going to be Sanctuary Air 1 from... Are we going to get Air 1 blocked? Maybe we should have... I forget what our first move was. I guess we took the single spade, so that was a pretty good move. But yeah, now I think we might get Air 1 blocked. Or Fire 2 blocked. Either of those would be pretty bad. I think I kind of want both of those favors. If I Temple Fire 2, then I can just make 2 TPs. Okay, so Temple Air 1 is probably the best here. Yeah, I think Air 1 is better than Fire 2 for us. Halflings took fire too because they think that they need it. They might be right. They're pretty short on econ right now. They'll make 2 TPs for 12 points. We'll see what happens from there. Chaos are getting a good number of leech from us no matter what. There is a race for good towns now. The 9-pointers are still out there, right? Yeah. 9-pointer and 11-pointer are both still out there, so we'll get one of those two. All right. We really wanted air 1 here. Yeah, we're gonna miss out on. Well, I guess we could lose out on all 3 of those towns. Because what's the next best town? The coin town? Jeez. Okay, we should just build this TP now then. Because if our opponents move to take like all the best towns, then that could be pretty troublesome for us. How close are Chaos to getting down to 3 structures, by the way? 1, 2, 3. Like they're making this TP for sure, and then that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 workers. It's not hard for Chaos to get down to 3 structures, so I should think about maybe just templing Fire 2 and then claiming I9. Okay, so our opponents are rushing toward their towns. Yeah, I probably just need to take this 11-pointer. So that means templing Fire 2. God, the templing Fire 2 is so much worse than templing Air 1, though. It's just so much worse than templing Air 1. So if I go temple Fire 2, then I take Air 1. Or if I just temple Air 1, and then I make a TP, and then I hard dig this, like, it's certainly a lot worse, but maybe I can then use my priest to advance my ship or something, like, for some extra points. By the way, are nomads getting down to 2 structures? Nomads probably aren't getting down to 2 structures, so maybe it's just more important to lock up my town. Oh wait, there are lots of hexes for me to lock up a town, so that's not really a concern. I will take this leech. I'm still interested in 2-for-1s, I think. Yeah, actually, what I'm saddest about here is that I've missed out on my good town. Yeah, the 9-pointer goes. Nomads probably just make a TP here. Yeah. Alright, so halflings will take the 11-pointer if offered. Nomads will take the 11-pointer or priest if offered. Yeah, I think that we're just going to... It's 4 points worse for us, but then we get the power town. Like, 4 points worse is not the end of the world, right? Because... And I don't even need to build that TP, so this is 3 points worth. Yeah, I think it's okay to take Air 1. I get those points back in the past with Air 1. Yeah, the problem is that then I give my opponents like the extra points as well, but I think that I kind of, and also this lets us, like, this encourages us to build another TP, I guess. Like, if I just Temple Fire too, then I can also use my extra resources to advance shipping. So I think that that final ship advance is worth a lot of points if I just Temple Fire too. But it feels so bad to leave this open, you know? It just feels so bad. Also, it's like a ship advance just feels so good, you know? God, I don't like this decision, for sure. But regardless, this is definitely going to be a temple here. And chaos threatening my water cult was probably the biggest annoyance for me there, honestly. Um, yeah, the priest is pretty good. Ah, fuck it. I'm taking this. We really ran our clock down here at the end, but I think we're going to speed up quite a bit now. Halflings take the priest town, so that's good news. They're going to mess with nomads. Nomads will just take the 11-point town now. Don't think I want all that leech. They're going to take water 2, air 3. Oh, no, they take fire 3 and probably just earth 3. Okay. This does mean that they're only going to build one more TP. So they'll get to 115. Send the priest off, advanced shipping. So that's 115, advanced shipping 119 plus 12. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I got the 11-point town. I don't know how that happened, but I did. So let's take it and run. Yeah, I wasn't really paying attention, but I did somehow luck my way into the 11-point town here. Why did that happen? Nomads templed for air 1. Okay, but they had a dwelling on their board. They could have just taken this. I mean, this is pretty fucking good, right? 11 points is 11 points. Oh my god, my points are so low. It's absurd. I get to 88. That'll pass for 4 is 92. Jesus Christ. 92 points. That's not enough. Nomads should get to, yeah, they can take a spade action. So nomads will get the, will also tie me a network. So that's 15 points on the cults. I am going to close this cult. Maybe it's 26 points on the cults. I don't know if halflings might try to tie me here. Or tie/beat me, I guess. It's not a horrible idea for halflings to send this priest here, I think. Halflings got the 3 ship, which worries me a little bit. They might mess with I9. I don't really see why they should. But they could think that they're very competitive with me, and that therefore this is a good bet to like mess with me. Yeah, it's hard because I really want to save these priests. But should I just greed this hex? This feels so risky. It's too risky. I always need to close this cult, so I'm just going to do it. And we'll see what happens. It's just much better to be able to hard dig this normally. And I think that halflings have reason to send priest to air. Or even to water. Yeah, they send it to, okay. So that was our fear. Our fear is that halflings might kill us here, but they didn't. So I think we're good now. Yeah, that happens, so that's all nice. I think halflings should probably just send priest to water now. But I'm no longer like, I think I can like just let out a sigh of relief. So yeah, sorry, we're gonna be at 90 points on the pass, and then 90 plus, or 92, I guess, because we're hard digging. What do I want to take here? Do I want to take I think I kind of want to take this priest away. I don't really want chaos to be able to take that priest. Well, does this priest really give me anything? Is it better as just a resource point? Nomads want to advance their shipping. They don't really want to build a temple. I mean, they could want to build a temple, but it's not very good. So, yeah, in fact, they want to save their power for digs. Yeah, nomads want to save their power for digs, so they're not coming up this track. Halflings are not coming up this track. I think I'm just supposed to take workers here. Or I'm supposed to just turn my priests into workers. And that is what I'll just do. So basically, my biggest problem in this game was that I was very constrained on tempo. I think I might have had the economy to advance my digging. But I just never quite managed it. Because I was too scared of losing these hexes. And like I think that there's probably a version of this game where I pass much earlier in round 5. I get onto this ship VP tile and I play really slow there, and then I take the coins and then like I advance digs this game or something, and then I miss out on this 11-point town, but I have 12 more points of dig advances. Maybe that's a better game, but I don't really regret what I did that badly. So I have 1 more point from Air 1. right? So I have now past 92, 93, 15 points of network is 108 plus 28 is 136. Yeesh, that's really bad. Chaos is going to have 12 points on the pass. So Chaos is definitely beating me. Because they still have 6 points left, right? Um, and yeah, I think halflings have us beat as well. Simply, well, do halflings have us beat? They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 points. Did we say that we're at 136? I think we're tied with halflings. Chaos wins for sure. Um, yeah. Nomads, I think we beat. They do have a lot of points on this pass, so they're going to get 2 points that don't score plus a ship advance. Good game, nice win. I think that Nomads, I think we beat Nomads, and I think we tie Halflings, something like that. We're going to at 93, 108, plus this is 20. Yeah, I think that we're exactly tied with Halflings for second. I'm wondering so my thought for last round was maybe the game was just better if I ignored this town and instead just went for the pass tile. Um, went for the pass tile and advanced my digs or something, and advanced my shipping instead of worrying about blowing all these workers on this. Take coins, advance digs. No, not the TP pass tile. The ship pass tile. Because that's 9 points, which makes back the town mostly right away. Um, Advancing digs is a bunch more points, and then I don't have to waste these resources here. Um, so I feel like that might have just been a better line. I don't think it's enough to beat you. Like you're like 20 points ahead of everyone else, so I don't think that would have been enough anyway. But like, yeah, okay. So we're well ahead of nomads. Again, the nomad stronghold is just bad. Like it's just very bad. Like even in like this close matchup. Hey, Skimmy, what's up? Yeah, I think that you and I tie. Is that right? We each had 136, something like that. Do I think I just overbid? Probably. I think I messed up my tempo on water one. I think that water one is still good in this game, and I just missed out on it. Are you giving me 18 networks, Skimmy? Because I only have 15. Yeah, it looks like a draw. Did I overbid? I mean, I definitely think that auren were not like that good. I also just don't think my game plan was like incredible and like yeah. So it's probably an overbid, right? Like this is not a game plan that's really worthy of this much. But I think I had a really bad break that nomads decided to open stronghold. Um, Maybe we could have foreseen that they would do that, but if nomads just open with like a temple line instead, which is probably what I would have done, then I get a ton more easy hexes. Um, and more easy hexes is definitely better for me, right? Like, I think that I was going to be getting, like, if I get I6, this, and this, it mostly hurt you by letting you get everything you want. Exactly, right? Like, I was really, really considering digging this hex to green. So that way I make this town through, like, these 4 hexes instead. And then I'd probably still get this town. This might be a sanctuary town. This is 4 hexes. And then that would have been much, much better for me and much, much worse for you. But I just didn't have the time to like block you. Um, so that worked out really nicely for you. Um, in the end, like you could have taken E7, but like my big concern was like the Chaos Sanctuary is just not very like it doesn't get a easy town. However, you obviously made up for it by just you know getting on like all the stuff that you needed. So uh, I-10, yeah, exactly. So like nomads sandstormed this blue, this green, and this green. They sandstormed so many of like what you would consider to be my hexes. Whereas, I mean, I guess they took away these two hexes from you, which is kind of annoying, but you think that you were supposed to block my town round five, but you weren't sure about the relative position at that point. Yeah, I mean, you could have done that. It probably means that you beat me. Like, I was kind of at a point where I was like, oh, I don't know, like, what to do. You know, I don't know what to do. Also, it does look like you were fairly tight on resources, so it's possible if you block my town that you struggle to make your town as well. Yeah, exactly. And I could still sanctuary town, right? Like, I don't even have water one, so it's like fairly efficient for me to just like sanctuary fire two and make like a small town here. Um, Whereas I think for you, you do make things more difficult for me, but you cost yourself like quite a bit as well. So it probably just puts both of us like a lot closer to nomads if that happens. Could have fully smashed E10. I mean, there is no point at which I was like if you had fully smashed E10, like I sank seven workers into E10. Or so if you had just taken this hex, I just go and do what I said, and I pass for this tile, and I like advance my digs, and I take the coins, and I probably am saved from like my own shitty decisions because honestly, I made a lot of shit decisions this game. Um, all right, so let's look this up. I play very slowly. That happens with the stream, and also like at the end. Yeah, like this. Yeah, I mean like you prevent my town, but probably I find better ways to make points, right? Arguably. So um, I did. How many conversions did I do? I did two worker conversions. So um, 27 points on the scoring track. Like it's dwellings and TPs late. You might expect it to be higher scoring, but it's not quite that high scoring. We got 5 points from making our town. We got 5 points from making the big building. We got 4 points from the temple, and we got 4 points from spade. So that's 18 points early. And we only picked up what 9 points late. That sounds pretty sad. 5 plus 5 plus 4 plus 4. That's 18. So yeah, we only got 9 points out of these last two rounds, which is quite dismal. Yeah. Oh well. Um, Earth One and Air Earth One and Air One got us a decent number. Wait, is this me? Is this really me? Oh no, I'm here. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, we got 30 points. We got 12 points in the last two rounds. That's like okay. That's almost like having two big building rounds in the final round, which is not amazing, but whatever. We only got 24 points here, yeah, because like that losing water one was quite rough. Um, I don't know if there was any way I could have prevented that. I think that I did everything I could to like prevent, to like try to get water one there. I could have not taken earth one, I guess, but who knows? You made as many total VP as me. Yeah, you paid as much and you paid more in leech, but how? I mean, this is how, right? Like I got water one blocked is the answer. I really needed water one. The other part is that halflings got entirely cut off of network, right? So like you got 6 points that you might not have necessarily expected to get coming into this game. Like yeah, I don't think that you expect to get 6 points of network coming into this game. Um, Maybe was I supposed to let halflings connect? If I let halflings connect and don't bother digging H4, halflings don't get a third town, right? Like, well, halflings probably get a third town here, and maybe they get this hex. So then they get 12 points. Like, you just beat me. But do you get a third town? If you're just in here, like, are you actually getting a third town? So I'm wondering because it's like, can you not scrounge on the south? But can you scrounge this town in the south and connect? That's kind of my question here. Um, it's only 2 more workers, and then you still need this hex, right? I mean, I think that you probably can. However, you don't tie me on network for sure. Like, there's like no way that you tie me on network, right? Even when this line, you only got to like 15 structures, right? Or 14 structures. And then if you spend 2 extra workers, that's probably just your 14 structures right there. Maybe you consolidate these 2 guys into like I4. So, like, maybe it winds up working out, maybe it doesn't. Need to find 2 workers, but save 2 coins. Yeah. Um, I mean, workers are a lot harder to come by than coins, though, right? That's part of the trouble. I mean, 1 priest did go to air, so I don't know. Like, that would have been 6 more points for halflings, so maybe that's enough. However, it might also be a lot more points for me because I don't waste my time, right? Like, I wasted a lot of, again, like, I would be very interested in just like going back and playing that out if I had passed for this. Yeah, you fully expect me to block you. That's why you passed early in round 4, right? Like, I was expecting you to kind of like put pressure on me with H5. So, um, so yeah. Did I have the hexes without H4? Um, maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. Who knows? You don't see I got 15. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like, getting to 15 was, like, it did make me endgame points, so maybe it was good, but it was so costly here. And, like, yeah, I mean, I guess in the end, like, there wasn't that much I could have done to win, other than, like, nomads don't block me so hard. And maybe I should have foreseen that they would, but I don't think that this was a good nomads game, so, like, I don't really hold that against myself that I didn't beat nomads here. Um, Yeah, you were wondering if you would beat me on network. I was wondering that too, because I was like, oh, I see a path for you to get down to three structures. You would have had 2 temples on your board with a stronghold. So like, if I was out of hexes, it was possible. Yeah, I mean like, I could have gone for C2 probably. Like maybe I could have prioritized C2 a little harder, but like round 2, I think that there was a chance that like I could have taken Shiptown and then really fought for this, but I just didn't really feel like it. And like in the end, I just got this 3rd town, which was pretty bad. But who knows? Who knows? I mean, I'm not that concerned about this one. Like I think that I got kind of screwed by nomads, and like that's okay. Yeah, it wasn't a great game for Nomad Stronghold. I think we can agree that Nomads didn't play like an amazing game, but it happens, and that's just Terra Mystica. That's just Terra Mystica. All right, that's it. Um, pretend it was all the stronghold. I mean, it was mostly the stronghold. Nomads did pretty decent otherwise, right? Like, they didn't get Earth one, but they got both Water one and Air one. They made 3 towns. They won network. Like, it's like a lot of that was due to this. But like, if they just double temple for like Earth one, Fire one in round 1, or Earth 2, Fire one, and then they beat Chaos to B4, like nomads are if they start E8 and G4, like my game plan was definitely to start on temp ship for nomads and ship to B4. I don't know if I'm the only one who was thinking that. I was thinking like G4, E8, B4 as my shipping game plan for nomads. Um, and then like I feel like that would, well, whatever. Thanks for the game. It's hard to like it's hard to get an arena game, so I appreciate you guys playing. And thanks for the chat. It was a good one. We'll see y'all later.